Well, hello. If you're an Uber rental driver, and you're fixing to do your taxes or need to know what deductions you have available for you for this past year, I've got some tax info for you. Let's talk about this a little bit. I get these questions, and I got a question a few days ago, and I didn't want to give an answer right away until I knew exactly what I was answering or what I was going to say. So what I did was I went over to Gemini, and I typed in pretty much the question I get a lot. So if you're getting ready to do your taxes and you're an Uber rental driver, let me explain to you what you can, let Gemini explain to you what you can deduct and what you cannot deduct, all right? I typed in there, I do an Uber rental through Uber Partner Program. What tax write-offs can I use for next year? Can I write off my rental payments? Here's the answer, and I'm gonna let Gemini give you the answer.
It's a great question because renting a vehicle for Uber changes the tax rules significantly compared to driving your own car. The short answer is yes, you can write off your rental payments. However, because you are renting, you are disqualified from using the standard mileage rate, the simple cents per mile deduction most drivers use. Instead, you must use the actual expenses method. Here is the breakdown of what you can write off and how to track it. 1. The golden rule for renters. Since you do not own the car, you cannot claim depreciation or the standard mileage rate, e.g. 67 cents a mile. Instead, you deduct the actual cash you spend to keep the car on the road. This means receipts are your best friend. You need to track every single dollar you spend on the car. 2. What you can write off, actual expenses. These are the specific line items you can deduct on your Schedule C tax form next year. Rental payments. The weekly or monthly fee you pay to Hertz, Avis, or whichever partner you use is 100% tax deductible for the portion of the time you use it for business. Note, if you use the rental for personal errands, grocery shopping, visiting friends, you must technically split the cost. If 90% of the miles are for Uber and 10% are personal, you can only deduct 90% of the rental fee. Gas/charging. Since you cannot claim the mileage rate, you can deduct the actual cost of fuel or EV charging. Uber fees and commissions. The service fee or booking fee Uber takes out of your earnings is a business expense. Insurance. If you pay for supplemental insurance, or if it's a line item on your rental agreement, it is deductible. Car washes and cleaning. Weekly car washes or detailing fees are deductible. Tolls and parking. Any tolls you pay while working, not commuting, and parking fees required for work are deductible. Supplies. Phone mounts, chargers, floor mats, dash cams, and cleaning supplies. Wipes, sprays. Passenger amenities. Water, gum, mints, or vomit bags purchased for passengers. Mobile phone. You can deduct the business portion of your cell phone bill. Pro tip. If you use your phone 50% for business and 50% for personal use, you can deduct 50% of the bill. 3. What you cannot write off. Standard mileage rate. You cannot claim the approximately 67 cents per mile deduction. Depreciation. Since you don't own the asset, you cannot claim it is losing value. Commuting miles. Driving from your home to your first pickup location, or online area, is technically commuting and often not deductible, though tax professionals debate the nuance of when your shift starts. 4. Summary table, renting versus owning. Expense. If you rent, your situation. If you own, deduction method. Actual expenses only. Standard mileage or actual expenses. Car payment. Deductible. Rental fee. Not deductible. Only interest is. Gas. Deductible. Included in mileage rate. Repairs/tires. N/A. Rental company pays. Included in mileage rate. Depreciation. No. Included in mileage rate. A recommended next step. Since you must use the actual expenses method, you cannot just rely on the Uber app's mileage log for your taxes. Would you like me to help you create a simple checklist or spreadsheet template to track?
That was it, and then it can help you. I mean, you can actually type in exact what I typed in and ask the question, and you can go do spreadsheets, you can do all kind of stuff to keep track of this kind of stuff if that's what you think you need. Bottom line is, there's a lot of things that I have mentioned on my videos that you write off, all right? And I got the question. I'm not a tax expert, all right? I only can tell you on this channel, again, what I do. If it helps you, fantastic. And I am an Uber rental driver. I've got many videos on here talking about that. But if you're getting ready to do your taxes for next year, or at least starting to get some receipts together from this year, those are the things. Now, I'll put a post. I've already posted this. There is a post right now on my channel. If you go to the channel there, you'll see posts. And if you click on posts, this entire thing will come up. All right, everything that Jim and I just read off will come up, and you can either copy and paste portions or go over it, make notes, whatever you need to do, or ask the question yourself to Gemini. Do some research on your own, make sure this is what you want to do, and your tax people, they should know this information. And, you know, print it out, take it in there with you when you go to do your taxes or whatever, so you know what you're doing. But yeah, you can deduct when you're doing a rental. I mean, God, like they said, water. I got waters on all my doors in here. You know, I play that game. You'd be surprised how many people get in here and go, "Oh, can I have this water?" Sure, no problem. I'll get you another one. I'll get another one. There's some high-end hotels down the road here. All I got to do is pull up and go into the cooler and grab all the waters I need. They don't care. They know me. I've been doing this a long time in there. So I have privilege, let's say, sometimes. But anyway, you got a lot of deductions that you can do for this next year. Your floor mats, your everything, the air fresheners, you know, these things, you know, go on and on and on and on. You know, what do you need? I have all kind of deductions you can come up with. But yeah, so go to this post on the channel. You can go over there and click on it. And you can see the post here, and it'll go down the whole thing. There's a little chart there. There's all kind of stuff involved there that you can read through and have a good time with it if that's what you need to do. But stay on top of your taxes for this next year. Now, I'm not going to talk about much else on this one today. If you're new here, there is an app that I'm working on. I only mentioned it one time in another video here recently. I'm working on an app that's going to do a lot of this stuff for you. Things that I use to keep track of things. I'm working on an app. I'm hoping that'll be ready sometime after the first year, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, I'm looking for at least 10 people when the app is out to beta test it, see what they think of it before I do a full release on it. So if you're one of those people that think you might be interested on tracking some of this kind of stuff on a daily basis, the app's going to help you do that. All you got to do is kind of go to work. It's going to track what you're doing. Yeah, the app, like I say, should be out sometime after the first year. We'll see how that goes. I'm doing it all myself. I'm not that kind of a geeky guy, so I'm taking my time with it to make sure I get it right. I've already got some preliminary apps designed that are working or are functioning, but like I say, I'm busy. If I could sit down, if Daddy-O could sit down at a computer just 8 hours a day, my life would be different. It really would. But I got just too much going on. So anyway, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that kind of stuff. You can buy Daddy-O a cup of coffee. If you get any kind of information off my channel that you think is rewarding, buy Daddy-O a cup of coffee if you'd like. But anyway, Daddy-O is going to let you go for the day. You guys have a good afternoon. Start getting your receipts together. Post on the channel. You can go over to the post, click on post, and you'll see everything that Jim and I just read off to us. So there are some deductions that you might not be aware of if you're doing a rental. So if you're doing a rental, you definitely want to go look at this maybe. All right. Anyway, you guys have a good afternoon. Daddy-O's out for today. Bye.